In the heart of the land, where the rivers flow, where the sun paints the fields with a golden glow, IPOB rises, voices strong and clear, singing songs of freedom for all to hear. IPOB, 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 hear the people's cry, roots run deep beneath the open sky. Hand in hand we'll stand, together we'll soar, for the love of our land forevermore. From the hills to the towns, where the palm trees sway, stories of our fathers light the way. IPOB carries dreams of a brighter day, with courage in our hearts we'll find.
My people, listen carefully. Today, October 1st, Nigeria is supposed to be celebrating independence, but instead of joy and parades, what you are about to witness is something different. A loud cry of anger on the streets. The so-called Independence Day has turned into a day of protest, and the message is clear. Simple but powerful. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. But here is the shocking part. Why the government is beating drums in Abuja. The people are beating drums of resistance across the land. Today, Nigerians are asking, is this freedom or is this modern day slavery? Stay with me, because what I will show you in this video will shock you.
This is happening live at Abia State. Biafrans come out en mass to demand for their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, to be released unconditionally. They are protesting, they are using their right to civil protest to demand for Nnamdi Kanu to be released unconditionally. They are demanding it in civil way. They are protesting, they are asking the federal government to release their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, who was illegally adopted from Kenya and brought back to Nigeria.
You just saw it. The people are no longer silent. The anger is real. But let me tell you, my people, what you just saw is just the beginning. Because in this video, I will break down 10 powerful reasons why Nigeria are saying October 1st is no longer Independence Day. It is Oppression Day. And trust me, the final reason, number 10, will shock you so much that you will never see Nigeria the same way again. So, stay with me till the very end. The day of betrayal, October 1st, should be a day of joy. But for millions of Nigerians, it feels like betrayal. Imagine a country celebrating 65 years of independence while its people remain in chains of hunger, insecurity, and injustice. The government throws parade, but the ordinary man cannot afford rice for his family. Leaders wave the flag, but children roam the streets with no school to attend. Many Nigerians are asking, what exactly are we celebrating? If after 65 years, we still battle darkness, unemployment, bandits, and corruption, is that independence or deception? One young man in Enugu said, how can I wave the flag when my brother has been in DSS custody for 4 years? How can I clap when my mother sleeps hungry? This is why October 1st has transformed into a day of protest. It is no longer about colonial freedom. It is about freedom from present-day oppression. And today, the people are saying loud and clear, independence without justice is slavery in disguise. Kanu's 4 years in custody. Since June 2021, Nnamdi Kanu has been locked up in DSS custody. That is over 4 long years. without freedom. He has spent birthdays behind bars, missed family moments, and even lost his mother without being allowed to attend a burial. What crime did he commit? He demanded freedom. He raised his voice against oppression, and he asked for fairness. Yet, the government treats him worse than terrorists. The Court of Appeal in October 2022 ruled that he should be released immediately, but instead of obeying the government, disobeying its own courts. They held him in defiance of law, setting a dangerous example for the nation. Now, Nigerians are asking, if the government can ignore court's order, then what hope is left for ordinary citizens? If the law cannot protect a man in custody, how can it protect the people on the streets? This is why October 1st, protesters are angry, because Kanu's case has become a symbol of injustice, a reminder that freedom in Nigeria is only for the powerful, while truth tellers are punished. The government versus the court. One of the greatest scandals in this country today is the open fight between the government and the judiciary. The courts have spoken, judges have ruled, lawyers have argued, but the government has refused to obey. In 2022, when the Court of Appeal ordered Nnamdi Kanu's release, Nigeria thought justice had finally come. But what did the government do? Instead of obeying, they ran to the Supreme Court, dragging the matter endlessly, playing politics with the life of a man. Let's be honest. When a government chooses which court orders to obey and which to ignore, then democracy is dead. That is not the rule of law. It is the rule of force. And when the law no longer protects the people have no choice but to rise. One lawyer said clearly, if a government disobeys its own court, then the constitution is useless. That is why today, while soldiers march in Abuja, protesters are marching in the streets shouting, obey the courts, free Nnamdi Kanu, because justice delay is justice denied. And justice denied to Kanu is justice denied to all Nigerians. The double standard of terrorists. Here is the bitter truth. In Nigeria today, terrorists are treated better than agitators. Boko Haram fighters who kill thousands are being reintegrated into society as repentant citizens. More than 1,500 of them have been given new clothes, food, training, and even scholarship. Some even receive houses in government facilities. But what about Nnamdi Kanu, who carry no gun, who only carry his voice? He remains locked up in DSS. What about the mothers whose children were blown up by Boko Haram bombs? Who care for them? What about the farmers who lost their land, or the children kidnapped from schools? Their pain is forgotten, while the killers are pampered. A woman in Borno cried, "My son was killed by Boko Haram." But today, the same killers are being rewarded. What kind of country is this? This double standard is why the October 1st protest is burning with anger, because in Nigeria today, truth tellers are punished, but killers are celebrated. The blood of the innocent. For years, Fulani herdsmen have unleashed terror across Nigeria, from Benue to Plateau, from Enugu to Sata Kaduna. Countless villages have been attacked, thousands of lives have been lost, properties destroyed, and farmers displaced. Reports from Amnesty International and other groups have exposed this killing, yet the government turns blind eyes. Hardly any arrests, hardly any trials. Meanwhile, peaceful agitators waving only flags are declared terrorists and hunted down like animals. So Nigeria are asking, who is the real enemy? The man with a microphone or the man with an AK-47? This is why protesters say Nigeria is upside down. When killers roam free and peaceful voices are silenced, the nation is not building, it is destroying itself. October 1st has become the day to remind the world that the blood of the innocent is crying, and until justice is served, there is nothing to celebrate. The economic change. Independence means freedom. When hunger is everywhere, food prices have tripled, fuel is at record high, electricity is unbearable, schools are unfunded, jobs are scarce. A graduate in Lagos said, bitterly, I studied engineering for 6 years, 6 good years, but today I ride Okada to feed myself. What exactly am I celebrating? This is the reality. For millions, families go to bed hungry, children drop out of school, farmers abandon their farms because of insecurity. And yet, the government tells us to clap for independence. The truth is, hunger has become the new prison. Poverty is the new shame. Nigeria may not be under colonial masters anymore, but they are under economic slavery. That is why today the streets are filled with protesters, because the people know independence is not about waving a flag. It is about putting food on the table, and until that happens, there is nothing to celebrate. The fear of Nnamdi Kanu's voice. Why is the government so afraid of one man? Why has Nnamdi Kanu has been kept in custody for over 4 years? It is not because he carry a gun. It is because he carry a voice. Kanu's word cut deep. He questioned Nigeria's structure. He speak about injustice, corruption, and marginalization. He say what many are afraid to say, and that is why the government fears him. Let's be clear. The government is not afraid of guns. It is afraid of ideas, because ideas cannot be killed. A bullet can silence a man, but it cannot silence the truth. By locking him up, they thought they would weaken his influence, but instead, his voice has grown stronger. Today, on the streets of Nigeria and across the world, millions are shouting his message louder than ever. This is why the October 1st protest is powerful, because it proves that even behind bars, Kanu's voice is shaking the foundation of the nation. The people rising from Lagos to Aba, from Enugu to London, the people are raising banners. Nigerians at home and abroad are standing together. This protest is no longer just about one man. It is about millions of people saying enough is enough. It is about farmers who cannot farm, graduates who cannot find jobs, and families who cannot eat. It is about a generation tired of suffering and silence. One protester in Aba said, if they can do this to Nnamdi Kanu today, they can do it to any of us tomorrow. That is why the people are not just shouting for Kanu, they are shouting for themselves, for their children, and for the future. This October 1st, the streets are sending a message louder than the parades in Abuja. Nigerians belong to the people, not the politicians. The global spotlight. This protest is not limited to Nigeria. Across the world, Nigerians in the diaspora are shouting too. In London, Washington, Berlin, Toronto, the message is the same. Free Nnamdi Kanu. They carry banners, they wear t-shirts, they organize rallies, they send petitions to the UN and human rights groups. The world is beginning to pay attention. And this is what the government fears: international shame. Because while they dance in Abuja, the world sees Nigeria protesting abroad. While they wave flags, the world hears chants of injustice. A man in London said, during a rally, we are the voice of those who cannot speak at home. If they silence them, we will shout abroad until the world hears. October 1st has therefore become not just a Nigeria story, but a global headline. And the louder the protests get, the more the hypocrisy of the government is exposed to the world. The final question, independence from who? After 65 years, Nigerians are asking one final painful question. Independence from who? Because the chains are still here. The hunger is still here. The oppression is still here. Boko Haram terrorists walk free. Why Nnamdi Kanu, a man who carry only his voice, remains in DSS custody? Leader dance, but the people cry. Soldiers march, but kidnappers roam. One protester put it simply, this is not freedom. This is slavery with a green and white flag. And that is the truth. Nigeria is celebrating freedom while practicing oppression. Nigeria is honoring terrorists while punishing truth tellers. Nigeria is waving a flag while breaking its people. So today, October 1st, while leaders celebrate in Abuja, the streets are asking the question the government cannot answer. Is this independence or is this oppression? My people, you have seen it with your own eyes. Nigeria may raise the flag, but the people are raising their voice. The government may dance, but the people are shouting. This fight is not about one day. It is about every day until justice comes. Like this video right now. To show your support, drop your comment with hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu so the world can see our unity. Share this video with your friends and groups. Let the truth go viral. And subscribe if it is your first time here, because the struggle continues and together we must stay informed. Remember, October 1st is no longer Independence Day. It is Resistance Day. And the cry is clear. Hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu.